I want you to fire me.
So, what do you guys want to talk about?
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Elite POV, where it's podcast time, and you know what that means. I'm one of your hosts, Phil Cataldo, but you can call me Philium. And thank you for joining us on this special edition of the show on Thursday. But first, let me introduce you to my great co-host. First off, we got Kimmy Sokol herself. Kimmy, what's up?
Hi, I'm good. We're here on Thursday. This is my very important meeting.
We get naked on Thursday too.
No. Goodbye. Listen, last week we had a K-squared edition of Elite POV. Now we're all together. One
all
big happy
in this
family.
together.
Oh my God. Are you doing the dance too?
No.
Because I can't see you. Oh man, that ruins the whole gimmick,
I
bro.
love that it's simultaneously too young for me and way too old for Kimmy.
High School Musical? No.
High School Musical was like Kyle's age group.
No, it wasn't. It was my age group.
You had
it
like
came out in 2003.
Yeah, it went way over my head.
Yeah, it's too old for me and Jackie. We missed the boat.
Yeah,
You and Kyle. It was more Kyle's age.
No, it wasn't. It's my generation, bro.
You had like 3.
No, I don't. I have all 3 of them.
Nah, no proof.
Yes, I do.
You're 16 years old.
I'm not. I'm
She's
21.
12,
I have an
actually.
ID.
Please don't show it on camera so you don't get
I'm
doxxed.
I'm not that dumb.
Don't do that.
And the man who wants to get naked every day of the
Yeah.
week, which we love, Mr. Kyle Masters. What is up?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing better than all right. I'm doing better than I was 3 days ago because I can actually walk properly. I did something in my lower back on the weekend. I feel like an old person talking about this because it's not like I hurt myself. I just turned the wrong way in my hockey game and I could not move Monday. It was horrible, and I had to bring myself into this chair because me and Jackie had a show to record, and I was on my pain meds, and I just powered through, but it was painful. But no more pain today. Well, little pain today.
I'm just happy while we were recording C3, you still found the energy to drop memes in the chat.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, and then I had to produce your guys' show. But thank God I didn't actually have to do anything. I just had to sit there. But I just sat there putting memes in their
just
Discord
making
chat.
us laugh.
Yeah,
while we're recording.
Popping the boys.
Yeah, pop the boys.
And last up, but not least, the one who pops the boys the most, the draw, Jackie Rodriguez. What is
Hey
up?
yo.
That's what I'm here for. I'm here to pop the boys. Popping the boys on a Thursday. What's up, everybody? Yeah, this was unexpected and sort of last minute, and I thought I was gonna come home and have a very chill Thursday. And
Too bad.
I'm like, yes, I'm exhausted and I'm going to come home and do nothing. And then we got the text from Kyle and he's like, hey guys, what do you think about it? It's like, shit. So it was time to break out the venti Starbucks cold brew.
You basic
get
white
caffeinated.
girl. Basic white bitch.
Damn, Kyle.
You know the meme of Sofia Vergara on Modern Family, what I am turning into a white woman. That's Jackie right now.
That's Jackie.
I am turning into a white woman.
There you
Yes,
go.
that's me.
She said it better.
Oh, y'all,
Well,
calm
welcome
down in
to
the
the
chat,
show.
for Christ's sakes. You guys know
If
what the
it's your
show's
first-
about.
Yeah. If it's your first time listening, welcome. We do this show normally every Friday, but this week, Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/Elite POV and twitch.tv/Elite POV. If you guys want to follow us on social media, it's at Elite POV on Twitter and Instagram and at Elite POV Clips on TikTok. If you guys like what you hear, you can support us two ways. First way, patreon.com/Elite POV, where we have some great content going up there for you guys. And what's going to start happening is, because Jackie likes to veto all the great designs and names that we have for the show weekly, we're going to start posting the what ifs. The what ifs, especially the one from this week, because I'm looking at it in the Discord chat right now, just reminded me. We're going to start posting the what ifs, these episode titles for you guys on the Patreon, and a lot of great content also on there. And then plus, shop elitepov.com, get our great merchandise. We appreciate all and any support. And if you can, a little special thing for me this next month, head on over to my Twitter at PhilliumElite. There's a tweet pinned to my profile. We're going to get it pinned on Elite POV as well. So if you want to go over there, Carrie, head booker Carrie, best friend Carrie, however you want to call Carrie, is a great contributor to the show. She's been a supporter before day one. She's always here for every single one of us. So now it's time for us to give back to her. She is raising money for a hike that she is doing to raise money for a great cause, a great foundation. So please head on over to that link and let's get her to that goal. Let's get her to that goal faster than ever. So anything that you could donate, please, it'll be pinned to my Twitter and Elite POV. So make sure you go over there. Anything that you were going to give to us this month, let's shoot that over to Carrie.
Yeah, fuck us.
Because I want her to get her goal. Yeah, fuck us this month. Let's give it to Carrie first.
But next month,
But
biddies for the
next
tits.
month's back to us.
Kyle.
Bids for the
Jesus
tits.
And speaking of that, before we get into
Subs
Dynamite,
for the
I know
dubs, baby.
I know Kyle wanted to promote something real quick.
Yes. So yeah, technically we're gonna take a little bit of a break here, but and this will be special for you viewers, you YouTube viewers and Twitch viewers specifically, because well, first I'll promote over audio, but this will be the next part. The promos will be taken out of audio. For you audio listeners, they're not going to suffer through listening to a promo. But if you don't know, myself and Ant, who we still like to be, say he's part of the team. He is still part of the team. He might not say so, but he is still part of the team. We run what's called an E-Federation. And if you don't know what that is, it's a really cool concept. So basically, we take the WWE 2K game, myself and Ant, we create our own company, and then we have all you fans out there, create a character. You can either do it in your game and let us download it, or we kind of go along with you to create a character. And that is your, created wrestler. So, you kind of lived through your created wrestler in our universe, in an E-Federation universe. You can cut promos. You're involved in storylines. You battle for belts. There's pay-per-views, weekly shows. It's a really, really cool idea. So, basically, this preview that we're about to show you is 2 video packages that were made in the past for this, to kind of give you a preview of what it's like and how much fun we actually do have. And it's funny because these 2 video packages actually involve the other 3 people that are here today. One was a women's feud between actually Jackie's character and Kimmy's character before they were even part of the Elite POV team. So that's a funny coincidence. And then the second preview is a video package that was made for Phil's character, who went up against the world champion at the time, who is a good friend of ours, Heel Please Heel's character. So, also
the longest reigning AWF Canadian champion.
Yeah,
of all
that's
time.
right.
And I'm the longest international champion. That means.
Yep.
But to give you guys a little bit of a preview, again, this will be taken out of audio. So if you're listening to this audio, come back over to the video side, come watch them. It'll cut. The audio will cut in a second here, and we'll come back to us talking. But for you YouTube viewers and you Twitch viewers, here's a little bit of a preview of what the AWF is all about.
So Sunday, we have the triple threat Twitch championship match. Did Kyle Masters screw Kimmy Sage?
He deserved for me to say the correct words here, and he deserved the absolute truth. I didn't screw Kimmy Sage. Kimmy Sage screwed Kimmy Sage. But Kimmy Sage retains the championship.
That's right, I won. Kirk and Kyle, the whole AWF galaxy, and anyone else that was so cheerful that I was going to get suspended. Here you go. So who's ever next, whoever you are, whichever pathetic jobber on the AWF breakout women's division that thinks that they can beat me.
Facing Kimmy Sage be none other than Jax.
Here it is, the moment you've all been waiting for. Kimmy Sage, I'm sorry that I don't have a song and dance prepared for you, but I'm not a clown, and this ain't a circus. That Twitch title, you better take it to bed with you like the child that you are, because not long from now, that belt is going to be going around my waist.
I'm a little confused. See, you called me part of a circus and you called me a clown because of my celebration song and dance. Well, you would have had something to celebrate too if you just got the job done and beat Nick House.
Kimmy Sage, cut the bullshit. You want to talk about 1L? Sister, didn't you just lose against Kimberly Page? When it comes to Royal Flush, I am going to beat the living shit out of you. Bitch, bye. The era is here.
Jax, I can't believe you're not talking about the fact that I beat you. Don't put your money on yourself. You might want to bet on Kimmy frickin' Sage.
We all tell a story. Whether it's in the middle of the ring, whether it's on a microphone, or whether it's on a camera. Regardless of the situation, we all tell a story. You see, for this season, I've been on a dominating spree, and I've been enjoying every damn minute of it. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I walk away with championships around my waist. I walk away with victories on my card. I walk away making an impact on anyone who steps foot in the ring with me. As a matter of fact, let me tell you a tale. You see, I come from a country very well known, and that is Romania. Romania has spawned out a fantastic folklore of Vlad Tepes. Do you know him? No? You may know him under this name, though. Dracul. He went by another name, though. Vlad the Impaler. Pretty self-explanatory of that name, but if it isn't, let me explain to you exactly what he did. He took his enemies that he defeated, and he impaled them. He impaled them and left them there. And because I can, and I gotta tell a story, you will be impaled.
Bravo. Bravo. You are the most feared man in all of eFeds. But I am not a normal man. I am not a normal competitor. I am something way different. It's time for a prince to rule.
Every single time anyone decides to come after my championship, there's always this whole notion they're so different, they're so unique, that I'm just a general talent, that I'm just a general personality. I did compare myself to a historical figure last time. And the reason why is because what's inside of me is something people don't want to see. Phil, I'm going to give you a little warning because I'm going to be honest with you. You hit a nerve with me. I will hurt you, and I will laugh the whole time.
Royal Flush, I will see you, Revo. And all the bums in the chat can do nothing to stop it.
You want to fight a monster? You have one. You can give as many bullet merchandise to audience members. I don't care. Phil, at Royal Flush, I will hurt you. And I will laugh the whole time.
It's really funny.
Did I really spell your name wrong on that? Well, we're back here, and I didn't even know I spelled your name wrong on that thing. But
yeah, you missed the U on Philium.
Oh, whatever. As in the
so
past.
For anybody who missed that great video, please head over to our YouTube where the replays of this stream will be up, and you'll be able to see that great video. Like Kyle said, the AWF is something that was a lot of fun. So we look forward to you guys being involved in it the same way we will be involved in it. We will have a great time. But we have some wrestling to talk about.
I forgot to say that registration is now open. Make sure you guys go over to the Twitter. It's at @the_AWF. There'll be a linked tweet there. You guys can click on and fill out the form if you want to sign up. If this interests you, it's a lot of fun. Or if you're not really sure, what I do suggest is you come by when we do start streaming again. We'll retweet with the Elite POV Twitter. Just come watch. All you got to do is come watch. It'll be on Twitch. And if you're interested, the sign-up sheet will still be there after that.
And if you wanted to make a character that is not of your gender, say you want a male and a female character, especially a female one, because female ones are always the hardest ones to get in eFeds.
Yeah.
Put in that too, because they've always struggled with getting people to want to do female characters, but it's a lot of fun.
Well,
I had a female
why,
character
Phil?
last time because Jackie's
no
character
one,
was just
no,
so
it's 'cause
strong.
No one wants to step to Kimmy Sage. Everyone's so scared of Kimmy
See,
Sage.
don't you want to shut her up?
Like, I want to shut her up.
Are we gonna
just to
reignite
shut her
this
up.
feud right here? Is that what we're gonna start off the
so.
season with? Oh boy!
Damn right.
so.
We're gonna clip this. It's gonna be Jax versus Kimmy Sage round. I think we're up to 5.
Yeah.
We're up
This
to.
is the feud that never ends.
The foundation of this company.
Yeah.
Damn right.
So make sure you head on over there to sign up before it's too late, because you definitely will regret it. The game comes out very soon. Unlike AEW Forever.
Hey, but it got a
Forever.
rating today. You see that? It got a rating. T for teen.
Oof.
So what did they take out of the game for it to be T for teen?
Yeah. CM Punk. They just took out CM Punk.
that dropped the rating.
Yeah, there was a storyline mode where you got to be CM Punk in the press conference. They took it out. So
You got to do the brawl out. Press B to save Larry.
Yeah.
Y'all are wild.
It was like press X to eat muffin or press B to yell at a reporter.
Press Y twice to bite Kenny Omega.
Yes.
Well, we have some great wrestling to talk about this week, and it was another really fun AEW Dynamite. So first off, we got to talk about that opener. Best way to start this: MJF versus Takeshita, and what a match!
Holy
I
shit!
will say,
Oof.
we know MJF is great, especially now that we don't get to see him wrestle as much because he's a champion and they're making his matches special. It was really cool to kind of see them open up the show and a very, very wrestle-filled show that we had this week. And Takeshita is just unbelievably good. This is like the biggest signee of the last few years for either company. I think this guy has a huge, huge ceiling for him, especially since his English isn't that good and it will only get better. He's like Sheeta. He lives here now. His English is going to only get better with time. So he has the crowd this in love with him now.
Mhm.
Who knows what another couple years could do. And I think I saw Kyle tweet something about this. The Texas crowds are literally the best crowds that AEW has.
Every time they go.
They need to start putting it
They're hot.
in bigger venues, right? Texas loves their AEW, and that crowd was super hot for this match. But I want to start with you, Jackie. What did you think of this opening match?
It was great for an opener. Like you said, we haven't seen a lot of MJF going out there and wrestling. I actually looked it up because I was curious, and it looks like the last time that MJF had a match was December 14th. And
Really?
it was the match against Ricky Starks for the
Wow.
Dynamite
The winner is
Diamond.
coming.
Oh, right.
So, Yeah, so yeah, it's been a while. But it looks like Takeshita they're putting a lot of stock in him. They have him in this eliminator match against the world champion. So they've been giving him a lot of TV time, and TV time for a lot of wrestlers on the roster is really hard to come by. So, and every time that he goes out there, he's been freaking killing it. And this match was no different. One thing I have to say is I freaking love how every time MJF comes out there, it's like on site for Tony Schiavone on commentary. Like
Love
as soon as he walked out,
Bro,
it was
every time.
he was like, I would say it's great to be here with all of you, but not when this prick comes out here. Like he's just like instantly.
Who
so
does
pissed off.
Tony Schiavone hate more, MJF or Adam Cole?
MJF, absolutely.
Are we
Like
sure about that?
100% MJF.
He gives Adam Cole a little bit of praise.
Yeah.
He
I
gets
guess
like
so,
it's just like MJF, like he just cannot stop. Like he's just going the whole freaking time. But yeah, like MJF, as much as he drives me up the freaking walls, dude has gotten absolutely shredded. He's gotten
wow,
into
yeah.
tremendous shape. And even though he's playing the cowardly heel throughout the entire.
Oh no, we losing her. We losing her.
No.
Jackie's internet connection again.
We losing her.
Even on a Thursday.
We reassess up here. Let me give CPR.
Look, Jesus.
Oh, she back.
Am I
it
back?
Worked. My CPR worked.
Yeah.
I got it.
Got
I'm a
CPR
lifesaver. I did it.
Oh, this is rough, man. I gotta like call Verizon and let them know like what is going on.
I saved your life.
I'm
You're
like,
welcome.
I get like really into like into the discussion and then I freaking drop out. They don't like me being hyped apparently. I don't know what y'all heard of what I said, but
None of it.
regardless. Oh, great. That's fantastic. That's just fantastic.
I gave you virtual CPR though, and it worked. So I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that.
Wow, that is a bummer. That is a real bummer because now I don't know. Like now I don't even want to say it again. Damn it.
You know what? I don't like it.
Anyway, I will say it was a great opener. Takeshita looked great. MJF looked great. I'm really pissed off. And I know you're not supposed to let people see you sweat when things go wrong. But regardless, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to take up I don't want to take up too much time. So go ahead.
Well, I want to talk about not only this match but everything MJF here. So we'll move on to Kimmy. What do you think of this match? And also, a lot of people are bringing up the promo in the chat. I'm interested in your thoughts about that backstage promo he cut after the match.
Let me just talk about me and Jackie's reaction to this promo, all right? Because we sat there and we were like, what does this have to do with anything? Like, how does this connect to this? To connect, like, no, it doesn't make sense. But you know what? I'm okay with it because MJF, promo king, he won on our show, promo king of 2022. He's just trying to top himself to be a double winner in 2023. Don't worry, MJF, I got you. I'll vote for you just based on this weird ass promo you cut. The match was good. I missed the very beginning of it because I was sprinting from my class to get here. So sad face. But I saw like half of it. From what I saw, it was really good. And he also bled, which was like kind of shocking. I was like, damn, that's a lot of blood.
And it was an after-match blood too.
Yes, but I think the main thing is, like we said, this was a very smart signing for AEW. Clearly, they see a lot in him, and I will probably say by the end of 2023, he will be holding some gold.
Yeah, that would be really cool if Takeshita gets some gold. Kyle, what'd you think?
I think he's gonna be the Mid-Atlantic belt.
Yeah, probably.
Atlantic. That way, or All Atlantic, whatever the fuck it's called, that thing. He's gonna carry it. That way he can go over and carry it over,
defend it all over the world. Yeah.
I think he's like the perfect like person to do that and perfect person for that belt. But yeah, Takeshita is showing again like why he was such a gem of a signing, and my dude's a workhorse too. Not only is he wrestling like on Dynamite and Rampages, like I kind of see him always on Elevation or Dark like every week as well. So my dude's like wrestling like multiple times a night, it looks like sometimes. And he's just he's everywhere, right? He's in everything AEW, which is like it's like they're getting him accustomed to the AEW crowd and getting him, you know, kind of not want to say introduce him, but get people more familiarized with him because he's going to be a big part of this roster. And why not? You have a guy that's that young, this talented at this age, and yes, he's going to learn the language, obviously, eventually, but for his promos now, they work, right? He starts off with the English that he knows, yells at the person in Japanese, and then he says it's something completely different.
Yeah, in English.
It's fantastic. It worked for him, but he's, you know, AEW is obviously more about the in-ring product. They do have the promo aspect to their showing, but a lot of his focus is in-ring production, and my God, he is one hell of a performer, Takeshita, and I can't wait. And I think Kimmy's right. Like, we're gonna see. I bet we see gold on him this year because he's too good right now not to. That belt, though, I'm pretty sure that that belt seems like to be the perfect fit for him. Like, yeah, it's cool. Orange Cassidy's holding a belt, but it's you might as well count it as the FTW championship at this point. Like, it's just there. Like, it's
Yeah, exactly.
It's not even like a belt that someone would consider a belt. Like if you told like someone to name the AEW belts, it would be probably forgotten by 9 out of 10 people.
Yeah, 100%. Even people who watch every week, because it's mostly defended on Rampage and it's in matches that don't have storylines attached to them.
Yeah.
So
his other belt that he has, Orange Cassidy, is more watched than his belt the actual belt for TV, the gaming one. Yeah,
the gaming belt. Yeah,
because
that is true.
That got a lot of views so far because everyone wanted to see because Halo's Adam Cole's game, and they released the video today, and it's gonna be carrying over to next week because they ended up tying. There was like a judge's ruling. Yeah, so we're gonna get it part 2 next week. Yeah.
So kind of last thoughts on this, because I see a lot of people. The promos is a big topic in the chat, and I know, given the Jay Briscoe stuff that happened a few weeks ago, how it could hit close to home for some people, and I get that and I understand that, but it's entertainment, it's wrestling, it's TV shows, you gotta kind of leave your stuff at the door when you're watching this stuff. I don't blame you for people getting upset, but I'm just looking at it as what the promo was. Similar to Jackie and Kimmy, I was like, where the fuck is he going with this? What does this have to do with literally anything? And then you get that key at the end where he's like, I switched me and her body. And I was like, that's fucking genius, because the whole promo was just to push home how much of a piece of shit he is. So, regardless, I know
he's been doing it for weeks.
Car crash angle, I know, but like I know it was the car crash thing.
Yeah,
but I think that it could have been anything, right? The whole point of that was for you to be like, I fucking hate him, which is what he does every time. And remember, this is what smart wrestling fans, what we want a heel to do. We don't want a heel to be the cool heel that we cheer because they're actually super fucking cool. No, we want them to say and do things that like get under our skin so we can be like, I just hate this motherfucker. Especially when he's going against someone like Bryan Danielson, who is so widely beloved and who everyone in the world thinks is the best wrestler in the world, except for Cody Rhodes because he's on fucking Fed drugs now. But like, it doesn't make any sense to me. But like, I don't know. I think MJF's promo did exactly what it was supposed to do.
Now,
I don't know.
Is it too good to the point where there's probably other aspects of it. I'm just going based off what you said. Is it too good that, some people are actually mad at him out there? And, tweeting
probably.
And are tweeting about him daily this week for whatever reason.
Oh, you're thinking of, yeah. Well, he's a very polarizing figure. He's always been a very polarizing figure, and people either love to hate him or they just hate him because they absolutely hate him.
Yeah. Rory doesn't like MJF, clearly, so that's why he had to bark there. It's all we talk about MJF, and then Rory's like, bah, 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 bah. So clearly, Rory is not a fan of MJF. We're assuming.
Well, though, so I see a sentence saying the good heel should make you want to spend your money. Yeah, and like 300 people called the cops on that promo. Like,
is that real? Was that actually legit, or is that
whether it's real or not? This is MJF. This is going to be MJF 10 years from now, whether he's here, whether he's in WWE, whether he's everywhere. This is MJF's thing. And you could not like it. It's fine.
Did everyone miss his promo back in May where he called
200 other wrestlers on the roster? Go like someone else.
He literally called Tony Khan a fucking mark.
On national
why
television.
Are people shocked at what this guy says on TV?
With the fucking executives in the building.
Yeah, like why are people shocked at what this guy does on TV?
This should just make you want to cheer for Bryan Danielson and the 47-hour pay-per-view that is to come. Okay, like
I can't wait for that 6 a.m. press conference. I'm just saying we're gonna have like we might do a live stream with us eating breakfast at that point. So
it's gonna be Wrestle Kingdom all over again.
Exactly. Now next up. And we might as well go in order here because, of course, the 1 week that I'm not able to watch live, they put a women's match in the first hour.
In hour one, baby.
Phil,
in hour one.
I tweeted it.
Maybe I should never watch.
I tweeted it. I'm like, I'm 100% convinced people at AEW watch this show. I'm telling you right now, anything we say on this show 1 week, it literally happens the week after. It's happened so many times in the last couple of months. Thank you, whoever's watching. Hi. Thank you for watching, because clearly we know you're watching.
So we get Jamie Hayter versus the Bunny in a title eliminator match. I love the entrance we got where we saw the Bunny, Penelope, Kip, Butcher, and Blade. We badly need a name to that group, especially given the fact that, Kip, Blade, and the Butcher are facing the Blackpool Combat Club on Rampage. So like they need a name. They need a cool name. They just look like a cool.
But what's the Butcher, Blade, and the Bunny's name? Like they don't have a faction name. They're just that's just their names in consecutive.
I know,
order.
but it shouldn't just be Butcher, Bunny, Blade, Kip, Penelope. That's too many. At that point, like the Dark Order's not called.
Partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah, Silver, Reynolds, 10, -1, Cabana.
What would you call them?
Uno. I don't know.
Cube plus K.
Death
plus
metal.
P.
Whatever you call them, bro. Think of
Somebody,
It's Kip Sabian. Think of some Harry Potter name. Oh my God, yeah.
Call them Hot Topic.
Yeah, the Hot Topic. That's a perfect name. That is the perfect name. But Kyle, I want to go to you first. What do you think of the match? And then talk about if Allie seemed to be getting injured after that match. Maybe the match got cut short.
Yeah. Well, first of all, fucking thank you for listening to us. Sorry for my language, but thank you, because give us more of these. So if you're listening to us, give us more of these. We don't care. People were nothing but positive for that women's match at that hour on Twitter. I had as soon as I heard the entrance happening, I had Twitter open and refreshing to see what people's reaction was, and it was nothing but positivity. Yeah, people were surprised at first, but naturally they're going to if you're going to put the women's match at 9:20 every damn week, and then this week you're like 8:20 sounds better. You know, people are going to be naturally surprised. But there was nothing but positivity. Even when the match was short, people caught on instantly that it was a rush to finish because it looked like Allie was hurt. If you rewatch it, there was the referee that checked on her really quickly. The referee kind of mumbled something to Jamie. Jamie went right to her finisher, and then that was the match. So it was a rush to finish match. So something happened to Allie. People were saying on the replay that her head hit the mat pretty hard. Kimmy's pointing at her nose and her head. So clearly it was some type of head injury, which, it's unfortunate, right? And I told Jackie in the chat and Kimmy, I was like, oh, great. We get an early women's match, and all of a sudden, we get an injury. You know what I mean? It's like, we can't have both things.
That's so sad.
Now backstage, you're going to be like, oh, well, no, back to 9:20. I put a women's match at 8:20, they get hurt.
Yeah, right?
No, but the match was great. It is unfortunate Allie looked like she got hurt. Yeah, I was actually I was pretty happy with it for what we got out of it, and they're just kind of building Jamie up. I imagine that Allie wouldn't have got the win either way. It was still going to be Jamie on top. They're still leaning more towards this like Britt hyping up Jamie. I'm still going with what we talked about in the show the last couple of weeks, that Double or Nothing, it's going to be Jamie against Britt for the title, and that's going to be a really big women's match. Like, that's going to be a very, like, there's so much background story with this between those two, and it's one of those long-term, like, AEW loves their long-term storytelling. This is one of them for their women's division, and I can't wait for that to happen. But I'd like to know what we're doing for this pay-per-view, though. Like, who's Jamie defending the belt against? Like, what are we doing? Like, there's a couple of weeks left. I really hope next week we get the start. Maybe something was supposed to happen because it was a rush finish. It was kind of awkward because they went right to the promo. And you see how awkward it was after they did the promo with Saraya and Tony? When they went back out to the camera, it kind of looked like Jamie and Britt didn't know whether they were supposed to still be out there or not. So I think something was maybe supposed to happen after this match, maybe set up. We don't even know if maybe Jamie's not defending the belt at Revolution. Maybe there's a tag team match set up for Revolution instead.
With who?
I don't know. It's just like there's no like, there's no clear cut like, oh, it's definitely going to be this person. They're just waiting to set it up. So I'm not too sure. Someone mentioned that Niagara Ice Dogs in the chat. How the hell do you know that? You from this area? Rocket Propelled Freeman 85? Are you MJF's burner account?
I don't think they know what they're doing with Jamie and the women's division, to be honest, because obviously I think we are heading towards Blood and Guts. That is the end goal. In case y'all didn't know, the end goal is Blood and Guts, in case you've been living underneath a rock.
Really? Is that right?
Really? I think so. But obviously this is going to happen at the pay-per-view. So I don't think they know when this match is taking place. So I think that's why they're confused.
Well, they probably have to book a venue. Right now they have AEW Dynamite booked up, till April 12th, and that's in Pittsburgh. I don't think it's going to happen in
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, so it's probably going to happen in between then and Double
No
or Nothing.
way. Kyle, it's gonna happen in Pittsburgh with Britt Baker's team taking the W. I mean, come on.
They probably would have already advertised it as Blood and Guts then.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but we all know that Britt's gonna beat your girl at Double or Nothing. Just saying.
We'll see.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
It's a role model era. No haters. We don't have time for that.
Wow.
It's role models
Jesus.
only.
Jesus.
Yo, did you
Well,
see?
Kimmy, so
All right,
Yeah.
Kimmy
just talk
Sage.
what you thought about the match itself before you
Well-
get into the Britt Baker promotional
No.
slogan.
I'm just gonna say, in case anyone missed it, she actually spoke. I believe it was at Texas Tech, their dentistry program. She was asked to be like a guest speaker and stuff. And I thought that was really
Oh.
cool. So yeah, my girl
Nice.
doing big things. But I thought this match was good. I was really excited to see Kip and Penelope because I just saw them this weekend. So I was like, whoa! I saw them this weekend. Saw them on TV. Big deal for us. But it's really unfortunate about Allie because she isn't on TV much. It's either she's hurt or she's filming. She has a very hectic schedule. So to see her get hurt is never good. But, you know, Jamie keeps looking strong. Britt keeps doing amazing role model things. And I don't know what we're doing for this pay-per-view, but I can't wait, I guess, to see. You know, maybe Kyle's right and there's a tag team match. Maybe, I don't know what else. And yeah, that's about it.
Jackie, what'd you think?
I thought it was good for what we got. It's unfortunate to see anybody get injured, and we were very hyped to get the match at all in the first hour, and then to have it cut short like that was a little deflating. Poor Allie, man. Like, we were so excited to see her get the match, and to see her get hurt like that, it was a bummer. I hope the injury isn't too serious. It looked like she got rocked pretty bad, but I haven't seen any updates or anything like that, which I tried to look this morning to see if there was any updates about her status, but didn't see anything floating around. So hopefully she's okay. But Jamie looked dominant. I'm very interested to see like how Saraya and Tony play into it. If that's going to be something that goes into Revolution, a tag team match, maybe with Saraya and Tony and Britt and Jamie. I don't know. I would like to see the women's title get defended, but you never know how the booking is going to go. So we'll see.
I mean, if there's not a clear-cut person right now, why like rush a feud? Like, why push a feud and force a feud if there's no one that's kind of looking like they should get a title opportunity right now? Go with what the story is at hand right now. And clearly there's blood between Britt and Jamie against Tony and Saraya. So tag team match would only make sense.
But we just
Yeah.
saw that.
Well,
at
you can
the
add a
Kia
stipulation.
Forum.
Or so there'll be something else. Maybe it'll
You
be
put a
something else.
stipulation on it. You add a stipulation, you let them go even further. Look, Revolution is gonna be a very interesting pay-per-view considering the fact that the main event is an hour long.
Yeah, they got to build
and
around
an hour
long,
in
yeah.
AEW time is 3 matches.
Yeah. An
So
hour
a lot of
actually means
matches
3
are
hours.
Yeah, it's going to be cut. A lot of stuff is going to be cut. So if this is their way of, condensing what would have been 2 separate women's matches possibly into just a big tag team match, but put a stipulation on it, have some fun, because ultimately it's leading to Blood and Guts. We all know it's getting there. Now, what show it's going to be on, who knows? Maybe they go crazy and they make Revolution also Blood and Guts, and it's just the wildest, longest pay-per-view in the history of pay-per-views.
WrestleMania, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
It's the WrestleMania. That's why they're doing an Iron Man match, because guaranteed there's going to be a lot of callbacks to the WrestleMania Iron Man match between Brett
This is
and
what I was
Shawn.
going to say. Thank you for telling me that.
Yeah.
I hope to God, okay, because we all know AEW is such a pro Bret Hart company in general, and Shawn Michaels is seen as like the Fed so much that I want MJF entrance at Revolution to be the Shawn Michaels fucking thing flying to the ring and for him to have a
Oh
jacket
my God.
and have people boo. Him to just play it up, the Heartbreak Kid. Oh my God, bro.
Yo,
Please
they're
do it.
watching. Please do that. Find a way.
Please, man.
Even if it's just from the stage to the ring. Like, it doesn't have to be that far.
Yeah.
Like, do something crazy.
Oh my God.
Oh
Please,
my
bro.
God.
That shit would be so funny. Or not even have him slide down, right? Just like rope down or something. I don't know. Like, make it funny, but like
You know, if this is a big pay-per-view, I'm just saying, if this is a big pay-per-view, it's a big main event. Bryan Danielson's in it. It's for the world title. It's an Iron Man match. Just pay the fine or pay the whatever the check is. Let him come out to freaking Final Countdown by Europe. Just pay them for the one use of it and let him come out to that, because that crowd will go absolutely apeshit if he comes out to Final Countdown.
Oh my God, I'll go apeshit.
It's like $10 million. Just
for one use.
Yes.
What?
No.
Europe is crazy. Yes.
You know what?
Because they were supposed to use it for his debut for the one use.
Tony will just go. Tony can just go to his dad, be like, "Hey, who do we have to cut off this team?"
That's ridiculous.
So Kyle, they would have done that if they didn't just make the playoffs and have a good run. Now they can't because they have like a young team.
Don't matter. All right.
Tony Khan walks in his dad's office. Hey, listen, Trevor Lawrence, cut that guy. Yeah. We need to pay for Final Countdown.
You know, we'll find someone in the draft. We found Trevor.
Yeah, we'll find somebody. We found Trevor. We'll find somebody else.
Yeah, we found him at number 1.
Oh my God.
Sorry, getting off topic here, but
no, it's a good point. I really think that Jermaine's sell Fulham FC for that one song. Listen, nothing is above AEW. Tony Khan. Yeah, the whole club.
All right, you're a bet.
Sell it to Ryan Reynolds. He owns the club already.
My dude's looking to buy the Ottawa Senators, man.
This dude's out here living life, man.
Yeah. That's a big price tag.
Living life.
Apparently the Senators are rumored to be valued at $800 million. So good luck to Ryan Reynolds if he's got that kind of dough saved up.
Yeah, he'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But so speaking of crazy things that happen, in this great show, and we have to talk about it, the one low point for me was whatever the fuck that Ricky Starks JAS segment was. And because Kimmy made a face, I'm going to you first. I know you love Daniel Garcia.
Because you made a face.
But please talk about this whole segment.
Yes, we have to. Because first of all, how are you going to say it was the lowest point in Dynamite when Daniel Garcia won? That's right. A W in the column.
He cheated.
Won. No,
it was a cheap win, Kimmy.
They besmirched
El Jericho was at ringside, and you hit him with the elbow.
Put some respect on Daddy Magic.
El Jericho.
You know, all I hear, Kyle, are excuses. He won. You know, he pinned Ricky
That was El
Starks.
Platano at ringside. They hit him with the elbow.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ.
Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. Well, he won. It was amazing. Best part. And, you know, he's still rocking the leather pants. But I want to talk about what he tweeted. Because, we're going to talk about what he tweeted because he tweeted, like, he'll never leave the JAS.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he's never going to take off the leather pants. All right.
No. He's like, I'm never gonna leave the JAS. This is my family. And I'm like, that is foreshadowing. You were gonna leave the JAS, sir, and I am here for it, which is why I fully believe that we're gonna get Sammy Guevara versus Daniel Garcia at the pay-per-view, and then
a Revolution that soon?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You'll see.
Okay.
But it was great.
I'm hoping so.
How do we?
That seems a little soon.
This segment?
Yo, shout out to Nate in the chat. Them being like that fan in the crowd. Bro, I was the same way. Yeah. It was like, clearly that's Chris Jericho. Like, even the crowd didn't really react when he took his mask off. Like, yeah, we know it's Chris Jericho. Like,
well, hold on. Like, when he took that mask off, I tweeted him, like, why does it look like Jericho just stepped out of the 2000s time machine? He looked extreme. Like, what did that cruise do to him? Is the Jer cruise the fountain of youth? Did we figure this out? So we all need to be on that cruise. Except for you, Kimmy. You already look like you're good. You look like you're 10 forever. You're fine.
Yo, I want to go though. Can we go?
I've always wanted to go on the Jericho cruise, to be honest.
Lit.
Maybe the next one.
Yeah.
Everyone block it off. You could. It's like January 26th to the 30th.
Hey, we get a 4-person cabin. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Have you seen those cabins?
Yes,
we're sleeping on top of each other. It's so scary.
We'll put Kimmy in the closet. Like, we'll just bundle her up, put her in like a drawer because she's so little. Me and Kyle will sleep on top of each other, and Jackie, you can have the other 2 beds. So you have all the space of room you want.
You're like 2 Twix bars just on top of each other.
Because you're the small one. We have to make exceptions.
Yeah.
What if I die?
You'll be all right. We'll like leave it open.
We'll check on you.
And Kimmy, we know you. You're gonna go to every event and everything, so you're not even gonna sleep anyway.
You're walking at like 4 a.m.
Listen, I have friends on that cruise. I have talent.
Actually, I saw there's an onboard casino. I might not even be back to the room. I'd be sitting at the slot machine all night.
I can see Kimmy at like 4 a.m. Like, guys, I know we said we're going to bed, but like Tony Schiavone has like a cookbook reading, and I have to go. I have to go. I'm writing the report. I have to go, guys. Like, okay, Kimmy.
What the hell?
Sure.
Tony's famous barbecues read by Tony Schiavone.
Did I shout out Tony Schiavone? Because I worked with him this past weekend, and he was a great human being. Because the whole time, so Ric Flair was the headliner, and half the time Tony's like, "You better go meet Ric Flair. You don't know if he's gonna live to see tomorrow." And I'm like,
the shade.
like,
why is Tony the man?
I love Tony.
So shout out Tony Schiavone, great person. Happy to work with him.
Jackie, any thoughts on this catastrophe of a match?
Yeah, the only thought that I have, there's a couple. Number one, put some respect on Daddy Magic. That was so disrespectful. He literally was in the match for 2 seconds, got rolled up, and he was done for. All right. I wanted a taste of Daddy Magic, and it was like he was there for a blip and gone. Also, the one perk of this match was Jake Hager was nowhere to be found.
Hey,
so
true. Good point.
They did that. They did that for me. Thank you very much.
Listen to the show.
They do listen to the show. Confirmed. And yeah, I mean, as far as it being the low point of the show, I would have to agree. The only good thing about it was that it benefited Kimmy apparently, and that's about it.
So next time, instead of just having that entire segment, just have Daniel Garcia walk out with his pants go like this, "Hi guys," and then just walk to the back. So you don't gotta see a fucking.
He just has to walk out and go, "Hi Kimmy," and then walk to the back.
Done. Walk to the back. Kyle, any final thoughts?
Well, I mean, such a highlighted match, with they're calling it the gauntlet and everything. Guess who was overshadowed by? What a shout. He's got to make it about him. But honestly, it looked like Jericho stepped out of a time machine. I'm going to bring this up again. Holy crap. When he took that mask off, it blew my mind. I was like, why is
the mask preserved him?
It literally looked like Jericho. I looked up some footage from like the early 2000s. I'm like, the same guy. It's the same guy.
Now it's because it's Danhausen's makeup keeps him young. Yeah. You saw he was Jerichohausen on the cruise.
Yo, that's hilarious.
That should give him 10 years.
I saw a fan clip of their entrance, and like Danhausen was like teaching him how to do his mannerisms in the entrance, and like he was trying to like curse people, and Dan was like, no, not him.
It's a reverse curse.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's so goddamn funny.
Yeah,
that's so funny. But yeah, so I want to skip to the main event, and then we'll double back and finish the other two matches. So, Jackie, very interested on your takes of who the new AEW Tag Team Champions are. Because, of course, it's not FTR.
There's some ass boys.
Up until this point, Santana or Ortiz have never won those belts. The Best Friends have never won those belts. But no, the Gun Club, the Ass Boys, are now the Ass Champs, as Kyle has so gloriously named this episode. What are your thoughts on this?
God bless my Wi-Fi, please carry me through this segment.
Time to hit my lag switch. I'm joking, Jackie. Go ahead.
No. I know a lot of people are really, really pissed about this, and I respect everybody's opinions. I try to think long term and try to hope that there is a logical reason for all of this. I'm not so much mad at the choice. I'm not thrilled with it, but I just think the way that it happened and the way that it felt very clumsy at the end, it just didn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense to me. Like, even the way it ended with the Acclaim just kind of lingering in the ring.
There's too many false finishes.
I'm like, what the hell? Like, it felt very anticlimactic, especially after a really solid episode of Dynamite to just kind of end. It felt very, very deflated. Like you said, there were a lot of tag teams. If they needed a heel tag team, there are others that probably could have taken the ball and ran with it. Butcher and Blade being, another one. There are teams that have been grinding in this company. I'm not taking anything away from and saying like, oh, that the Guns don't work hard, because I hate to be that person that tries to shit on people, because I'm not them and I'm not there, and I'm not going to say like, oh, they don't work for it. Yes, they clearly do put in work, but it just seems illogical from a certain standpoint. If theoretically, now me being the FTR stan that I am, if this is going into hopefully the continuation of a storyline. Well, yeah, but there's like all this open-ended shit, like where people are like, well, we don't know where FTR is going after their contracts are up. Like, what are they doing are they renewing or not? Blah, blah, blah. But if it's the continuity standpoint of FTR and the Guns continuing that storyline, and they needed to take the belts off the Acclaimed because they're, these super baby faces and they're really over, and they didn't want FTR to take them off, these really popular baby faces. They needed to take them off of somebody that, is very hated and stuff. Okay, great. I just think that it felt like they could have waited to the pay-per-view, or they could have done it on I don't know. It fell very flat, and maybe that was the point. And maybe it was supposed to piss people off. Sometimes storylines are supposed to do that. Sometimes it's supposed to feel aggravating on purpose. It's supposed to rile you up on purpose. I think sometimes people forget that. Not everything is supposed to make you feel good. But that did not make me feel good. And I know it didn't make a lot of people feel good. So I'm very curious to see if the Acclaimed bounce back from that, if they kind of re-enter the title picture. But whew, man. That was something. That was something.
My only issue is, and I like the Gun Club. I've always liked them. Back in the pandemic days when they were getting a lot more run on Dark and Elevation, I had the time to watch Dark and Elevation. I like them as a team. I have no problem in a bubble just looking at it as their tag team champions. Cool. But after a year where FTR never got the belts, even though they basically didn't lose a match until they lost a weird number one contenders match after already being number one contenders for months. And we have Swerve and Our Glory should have lost to the Acclaimed in Chicago, and they don't. So they do the makeup match at Grand Slam, which has the Acclaimed win there. And then the Acclaimed get it. And all the Acclaimed ever really do is have a third match with Swerve and Our Glory, which didn't hit the same way. And then just have this feud with the Gun Club. We didn't see them kind of do fun stuff like we talked about, right? Maybe have fun, quick matches with people here and there, right? Kind of how the Lucha Bros did, how Jurassic Express did. But my big issue, like I said at the top, you have teams who have been here for so long. Butcher and Blade, the best friends, Santana Ortiz, when Santana was healthy, never even came close to touching that belt. And now you have the Gun Club jump ship and get it to probably is just for the FTR thing. But you could have easily done that with a team like Butcher and Blade, who are proven that they can have great matches. Gun Club is very young, and even this match wasn't the best. They're more of a personality team. They're great for TV. I think they're great heels. But match quality is very important in AEW, as we saw throughout this entire card on Wednesday, how it is to another notch every week. But I don't know. That's my only... I'm not mad they're champs. I just wish other people would have been champs before them. But Kyle, what do you think?
Well, I'll play devil's advocate. Why not? To that, would you rather see those other teams you mentioned that you'd want to see rather than the Gun Club win the titles in a non-storyline base win? Do you think that I would, if it was me, I'd rather it means something to those teams, not just thrown in just to take the titles off, and then they're not really part of the story. The story is obviously the Acclaimed and the Guns, and eventually FTR where they come back. To me, it's if you're going to put the Butcher and the Blade in there, it could have been a better option, but at that point, it's they're just throwing the belts on them for the sake of throwing it on them so that they can continue with the story story that they're not involved in. They're not involved in it. So and they won't continue to be involved in it because they're going to do this thing with the Guns and the Acclaimed. It has nothing to do with the Butcher and the Blade. It wouldn't make sense if they just joined right away. So for the belts to go on the Guns makes all the sense in the world now, especially for what they did. tweeting that, replicating the FTR picture. We know there's a story of between the Guns and FTR still, right? So this is clearly leading to when FTR is back and healthy, recuperated from all their injuries, it's going to be the Guns. I'm thinking it's going to be sooner rather than later. I really don't think they're going to be gone that long. And I think, my opinion, is going to be at the pay-per-view. Like, they're going to get a rematch. I think there's going to be a rematch for the tag belts between the Acclaimed and the Ass Boys.
Gun Club. No.
And it sucks, but I think the Ass Boys are going to go 2-0. And that's probably where Billy Gunn's going to turn on the Acclaimed.
And join back with them.
And join back with his brothers, and that's when FTR come out.
He's so smart.
Possibly.
I taught him so well. Good job, Kyle. High five.
Thank you, Kimmy.
Well, see, Ascended saying that the Gun Club was the MVPs of the pandemic era. Everyone was. That's if you're going based on that opinion, then Butcher and Blade and the Best Friends should have been tag champs 10 times over because they were way more important for AEW, especially Best Friends were.
Yeah, it's not taking away anything from the Ass Boys either. Like, it was great that they were there during the pandemic era, being those fans, quote unquote fans at ringside, and they were hilarious doing it. We're not taking anything away from them, but to say that that's the reason why they were chosen for the belts,
it's clearly
not
AEW loves to do branching stories. Like these two have a feud, which bleeds into this, which bleeds into this, and sets up a whole bunch of things. AEW is known for doing stuff that they can draw back to months from now, years from now. That's how Tony Khan likes to tell stories. So just like Kyle said, I'm sure it's going to go that way.
It's not going to hurt the Acclaimed right now. These guys are over without belts. Like, this is not going to hurt them whatsoever. It's going to be a crazy story for when they get the rematch, and I guarantee that when Billy Gunn turns the pay-per-view, that's a big pay-per-view moment when Billy turns.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge moment.
And joins back with his sons, and then FTR come out to drown out the boos with fucking cheers, and that'll set up something. Or even if they don't do it at the pay-per-view, like the Dynamite after, like the post Dynamite, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that sets up maybe their feud leading into the next pay-per-view. The story's there, right? It kind of makes sense. So I think, and we know AEW likes to keep a lot of shit secret. For all we know, FTR is already re-signed. It hasn't been released yet, right? They keep a lot of shit under wraps, and that's probably one thing they probably kept under wraps.
Yeah.
So.
Kimmy, any final thoughts?
I actually agree with Ascendant. I think wrestling is all about reward, and I completely understand you guys talk about like the Best Friends and Butcher and the Blade, but you have to remember I think it's Butcher who's in a rock band who tours, so that's why he's not always there all the time. And then Blade and Allie. What? Oh,
the band broke up
a
year ago.
Yeah, like a year.
He's doing other things, and like the other thing too is like Blade and Allie are always filming, which is why they're not always there. And the Best Friends have continuously been on TV, where the Ass Boys. Those tapings were not fun. Like, I was with indie talent who were at those tapings that they were all day in the cold, and like this is their reward. So I fully agree, like this is the reason they won and this is why they were chosen. And to me, I said this last week that the S Boys were going to win. I said don't be shocked, and look at that, insider Kimmy raising her percentage of being right. So hell yeah, Kyle, haha. So
Kimmy, not needed. Move on.
It was. So I think, though, Kyle is right. This is all leading to the Billy Gunn turn. And that's where the story is. The story is all centered around Billy Gunn. Is he going to eventually choose his sons, or is he going to side with the Acclaim the whole time? And I think, that's the story they're building. So I don't mind this. I don't know why people are so angry. It's wrestling. Don't get so freaking pissed off, people. It's not the end of the world. Is it personally affecting your life? It is not. And
my issue is just AEW's never been this type of transitional champion company. I know injuries aside, things happen. This is like the first real time that they're taking a belt that matters, because let's be honest, it's the world title, the world women's title, and the tag team title that really matters. Everything else is kind of just circumstantial depending on injuries or who's available. We look at the trios title, what happened? That belt's already bounced around a few times because of everything that happened with the Elite. So, I don't know. It's just weird to see one of the big three titles have a transitional champion when we've never had it before. But with that being said, two more great matches to talk about. We'll end with Danielson and Russo. Let's talk about that trios match. We see the Elite versus Top Flight and AR Fox. Kyle, we'll go to you first. What do you think of this?
God, was that ever good? I tweeted, I needed a cigarette after that match. That was just, there was just so much in that match. And God, man, we see it every time. Like Kenny's in these matches. He looks so good out there, man. It's like he's gone to the fountain of youth that Jericho found, and they're sharing a cup right now because clearly Kenny's like just gone back to his old New Japan days, and he looks so effing good out there. And I'm loving it. We said the crowd was hot from start to finish. These Texas crowds are unbelievable, and the pops that Kenny was getting every time he was tagged in, and you know, it's not only that. Yeah, Kenny is a popular star. It's, you know, it's also the cheers of respect because they know what Kenny's gone through, all those injuries, and to wrestle as a belt collector with Vertigo for all those years, and to, you know, wasn't sure if he's ever going to come back, to finally coming back, and now we got the Kenny of old, and you know, people are just extremely excited now to watch Kenny Omega at his like absolute best than we've ever seen him in AEW, and I cannot wait for what we get with him later on. I thought maybe we would start seeing the feud for what's to come with the trios, but didn't get it this week. I don't know if it's gonna start next week. You know, like I'm waiting. Hopefully, fingers crossed that it's House of Black, because what the hell is going on with them? Like, if we're not getting House of Black and the Elite at, I mean, it could be also something that maybe Tony wants to keep for Double or Nothing. That's another big seller match, right? Right now, the selling the pay-per-view is the Iron Man match. Anything in addition to that is going to get, I wouldn't say overshadowed, but everyone's going to be more excited for that Iron Man match. Mm-hmm. So maybe you want to keep the Elite versus House of Black for a later down the line thing. But I digress. We'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. Still have, 1, 2, 3 weeks to build for the pay-per-view, so we will see. But it was a unbelievable match. AR Fox, proven also to be a good signing. We mentioned Takeshita earlier. He's also showing his worth after being signed, and the chemistry he has with the Top Flight. I wouldn't mind if they stayed a trios team, or if they always just came together if they needed to be in a trios team. You know what I mean? Kind of like the BCC kind of thing. They come together when they need to come together. So it was just a great match. We got what we expected out of it.
Kimmy, what'd you think?
This was great. This was, to me, match of the night. The Elite are just amazing as a cohesive unit, and Top Flight and AR Fox, my God, there were times I really thought, I was like, they're going to win. They're actually going to do it. And of course they didn't, but that's okay. But yeah, I think we're 3 weeks out. I don't know what the plan is. If you've noticed, it's been more of like Brody and Buddy tagging up on Rampage. We haven't really seen Malachi. Don't know what's going on with him. Don't know like if something's going on. So I wouldn't be shocked if it's not House of Black for that reason. Not saying I know who it is, but if it's not House of Black, just keep in mind Malachi has not been on Dynamite or Rampage. It's just mostly been Brody and Buddy.
Yeah, they might even defend at the pay-per-view. They might even just, you know what I mean? They might even just be kept off.
Possibly.
Which would suck.
We don't know because of this 60-man Iron Man match changes everything.
Or,
the
you know,
60-minute Iron Man
it
match.
could be March 1st edition of Dynamite, and all of a sudden, freaking Excalibur's reading his lightning fast page at 20 seconds. He's got 20 seconds to read it all, and in there is the Elite versus the House of Black at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
They love to announce things last minute.
Yeah.
Which I hope not. Please don't do that. Y'all watching, please don't do that. Don't do that. If you're going to listen to us, don't do that. Give us a story. Even if it's a 3-week story, give us something. But I feel like at this point, I'm kind of feeling that if it hasn't happened by now, it's probably not going to happen.
Jackie, any final thoughts?
It was an incredible match. I honestly thought it should have been the main event because it had everything main event quality about it. AR Fox is a freaking incredible talent. He, to me, I know the Elite is the shining stars of AEW, but oh my God, AR Fox is just, he stole the show for me. He stole that match. There were a couple points where he was like jumping literally from one side, like jumping out of the ring on one side to get Kenny, then jumping out of the ring on the other side to get the Bucks, and then immediately jumping back out the other side to get Kenny again. And it was just like, the guy is doing unbelievable things. And for somebody to kind of keep up to the same pace as like a Nick Jackson, who consistently takes my breath away every time that he's in the ring, he's stellar. I can't say enough positive things about AR Fox. Completely entertains me every time he's in the ring. So that match to me, like Kimmy said, match of the night, 100%.
Yeah, I really think that I remember watching old WWE documentaries and stuff. I'm pretty sure it was a Shawn Michaels one. People used to always say, like, the company knows how good you are if you can have a good match with Shawn Michaels, because Shawn Michaels could have a good match with anybody. So if you can hang with him, that shows a lot. And I think that what happens is when you get in the ring with Kenny Omega, they know, like, okay, like they knew Alan Angels had something when he had his matches with Kenny on Dark. Yeah, Takeshita. And now it's AR Fox, right? Yeah, AR Fox is good. He's had some good matches. But to see that he held his own with Kenny in that match, and it didn't seem like, because wrestling is all perception, right? It's scripted, it's staged. So it's all, you have to make us believe. Yeah, you have to make, oh my God, spoiler alert.
It's real to me, damn it.
You have to make us believe in what we're watching. Anybody can become believable, right? Unless you're Dominic Mysterio, then you'll always kind of look like a clown. But it's to make us believe, right? And I think that if you would have told me, I don't know, 3 months ago, whatever, I would have been like, no, AR Fox isn't that good. But then you see him in that ring, you're like, no, he's that good because he's keeping up with Kenny. He's like posturing with Kenny. They're doing all these crazy moves to each other. And I know a lot of it could be Kenny, but I think that, like everyone's been saying, we got to give the flowers to AR Fox because he really showed out last night. Now we move on to one of the best matches of the night as well. We get Bryan Danielson versus Rush. Kimmy, stop shaking your head. I'm not even going to you first because I can't wait to see what bullshit is about to come out of your mouth.
Good.
Jackie, please tell me something good and tell me why this match is great.
The brutality of this match. Holy shit. Rush looked like he was out to he looked like he was out to murder Danielson. Like he pulled no punches.
Andrade,
I mean, he was beating the shit out of Danielson. Also, I need them to stop with this. I want to, like, if y'all are listening, because clearly you are listening to the show, please. I need y'all to stop with the consumption of blood. Like, please stop trying to lick each other's blood during matches. What is that? Aubrey, thank you for stopping that. Because what is that? What is this fascination
Confirmed,
with licking
Aubrey
each other's
listens to the
blood?
show. Thank you, Aubrey.
Enough. That Kimmy and Kyle can confirm. I almost threw up in the chat. Yeah, so I was like, and then Aubrey saved the day. Thank you, Aubrey, for that. No, but that match was as incredibly brutal and intense and violent as you could have hoped it would be. And in this series of MJF basically trying to do away with Danielson, this is perfection because it's like he's trying everything to like set up all these opponents and all these blockades, literally trying to barricade him in a locker room to get him counted out before the match even started. But yeah, setting up all these roadblocks, and then this is the final one, and Rush literally just freaking beat the shit out of Danielson, and you think that he's not going to overcome it because he's literally getting destroyed the entire time. And but no, Danielson pulls out the win. Shout out to that El Paso crowd for all of the chants in Spanish the entire time. Si se puede the whole time, the whole night. All the si chants. It was glorious. But Kimmy, are you telling me you did not enjoy this match?
Kimmy, what didn't you like about this?
Hold up, I want to know.
There was a lot of things on my mind yesterday, okay? Like, lots of things. And then this match happened. I was like, all right, Rush is wrestling. Then I remembered Rush is also going to be at the big event in New York. So if you're in the Queens area, you should go head out to that because he's going to be there. And he never does autographs and signings. So there's your cheap plug. But I was just like, okay, it's here. You know, I felt like there were other better matches on the card than this one. So yeah, that's about it.
But what didn't you like about it?
But
But
variety
what didn't you like about it? Because you were shaking your head like I said a fucking
like you're bringing up Jeff
insane.
Jarrett.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyle already knows I'm quite mad because I found out this week. Heartbreaking news. I get to see Will Ospreay wrestle twice in one day.
What does this have to do with this?
What does this have to do with Roost and Bryan Danielson?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to bring it up that this is horrible.
I know,
might
but
cry.
I don't care about none of that. What didn't you like about this match?
It was just there. Like nothing like, okay, he bled. Cool. Nothing
Did
like
you watch
stood
the
out to
match?
me. I did.
I think I need you to go back and watch it again because I don't think you watched it.
I can't actually because my TV at school doesn't have like
I'm gonna send it to you.
DVR. Okay. It was just there.
Because you're high if you didn't.
So at the end of the day, you do not like this match because you have to see Will Ospreay wrestle twice.
Yes.
Wow, that's expert analysis.
If I was grading this paper, I would be like F for off topic. Like if this has nothing to do with anything.
Off topic. Well, like I said, like it was just there. Like it wasn't like.
All right, I'm gonna bring us back in here. So this was a great, fantastic match because of storyline. The storyline here was the biggest part of this whole thing. And what we got after the match, MJF limped his way, whatever the fuck suit he decided to put on. I don't know what the hell that was. That
tracksuit.
What was that thing?
That was a choice.
Out of anything he could have put on, he threw that on. But he locked it. He's trying to make sure Danielson doesn't make it to the pay-per-view. Now we have 3 more weeks. This is not gonna end. Yeah, we probably get a voice promo here or there with these two. But I think MJF's still going to have some stuff up his sleeve to try to stop. I think Danielson's just going to get beat the hell up all the way up to the pay-per-view. Like, I don't think there's going to be 1 week where he's not going to get attacked by somebody. And why do I smell the firm having something to do with it being in the next couple of weeks? Whether it's Danielson arriving at the arena and, what do we call him now? Big Bill, blindsiding him, or maybe they do like a crazy spot where like he's in like the side of a car and a car hits it. You know what I mean? Like they're going to do something crazy. I got like a gut feeling that there's more to this build. We're not just going to get MJF.
It's going to be like one of those, like, is he going to show up type of things and like his music hits?
Yeah. Like it might be even next week where like there's going to be like a big thing happen and we're not going to see like Danielson until like the last Dynamite. You know what I mean? And then he'll come back. Like I think maybe they can build it that way, but I have a gut feeling that we're not just going to get like voice promos now and then that's going to be it. And that's the build for the pay-per-view. There's more stuff.
I was confused though, because I thought that he was supposed to have matches all the way up until the pay-per-view, like every week up until.
See, I'm confused too. I have to go back and listen to that original promo because for some reason I don't remember if that was the idea, but
I could have sworn it was. But
now that they've made it official for the pay-per-view, now it's going to be interesting to see how they build this for 3 weeks. And I just, for some reason, I have a gut feeling that we're going to get like a big build for this, especially because it's AEW's first 60-minute Iron Man match on pay-per-view, their first pay-per-view Iron Man match in the pay-per-view that Tony quote-unquote's WrestleMania. So this is going to get a lot of alluded time and build.
You know how they do it?
How?
Bryan Danielson walks out of the arena next week. He gets in the limo, closes the door, limo blows up.
Oh my God.
And MJF's just like there, like laughing. He does that meme of that the little girl with the burnt out house turning to the camera smiling.
Just turns around and looks. Yeah.
Jermazing popped me. He said MJF home invasion, Bryan Danielson's house.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm. Let's just do all old WWF storylines the next couple weeks.
Yo, Rocket. It's William Morrissey, aka used to be Big Cass in WWE. He's now called Big Bill. He changed his name to Big Bill. Such a weird freaking name, but whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I'm so excited. This is a hard fought matchup between Roosh and Danielson. But yeah, Danielson's just gonna get. I just feel like this. He was bleeding. My dude was bleeding in this match. There was that one point where the camera shot and they're on the edge of the ring, and you couldn't see any skin tone on Danielson's face. He was just red everywhere. It was.
Did you see the blood splatter that went on the camera lens?
Yeah. Oh my God, like 3 times.
Yeah.
That shit was nuts. That shit was nuts.
I'm so excited for this feud. This is by far one of my favorite. I mean, besides I'm so interested. I'm hooked for the Hangman and Moxley thing.
Yeah.
And now I'm hooked on what we saw on BT this week with Hangman. With like he's becoming like more of like this pissed off asshole. So I really want to know where the hell this is going. So hopefully we'll see what happens with him. But yeah, I'm so hooked with this Danielson MJF thing. That match is going to be an absolute banger at the pay-per-view. Like it'll probably, I don't know if it'll beat it, but they're going to contest with Ospreay Omega for match of the year, I think.
I was saying the way that the match is building, and as good as MJF is and his all-time great Bryan Danielson is, I feel like they're going out there to prove a point. I mean, we saw the match that MJF just had with Takeshita on a random Dynamite. Like, that match was incredible. You know, that made my list for one of the best matches of the year. It was my match of the night. But
him imitating Takeshita when he's doing his entrance was like the funniest thing ever. Going, whoa.
I don't know. I just think MJF is so much better than any of us realize, because we don't get to see him wrestle as often, and he is such an asshole. So most of his matches are him playing to the crowd, being this great heel that he is. So I'm excited about that. The last thing I'll say about all of this is I was texting Carrie earlier today because I got to watch it when I woke up this morning. It makes me laugh because if Andrade wasn't such a fucking baby, this would be him.
This would be him.
Like, he would be in everything that Roosh has done over the last couple months would be Andrade. Like,
and
it would have
Roosh
been
is
Andrade.
looking great. Like,
Roosh is fantastic, and he's so good. And I know, he has a great career before he came to AEW, but to see him get to perform on this much of a high level, being on national television, I think is really cool. Especially getting a Spanish wrestler in front of a very pro-Spanish crowd that is Texas. I think it was perfect.
I mean, if I'm them...
Oh, and just remember, speaking of Spanish, Kyle, just real quick, Takeshita doing the frog splash and doing the Eddie Guerrero tribute and the crowd popping for that. I love that so much. It just came back into my mind.
But yeah,
I wanted to say that, but apparently my Wi-Fi didn't want me to say that earlier.
Oh, did you say that? Well, I said it. I brought it back for you.
Yeah, Jackie went to an elevator at that point. But
I went into the shadow realm at that point.
But yeah, I mean, if I'm AEW, man, I'm kind of after the pay-per-view, maybe start to build Roosh into the win column. I think the guy deserves it because he's proven that he's like I'm sorry to say, I don't want to say it because I love Andrade. But he's like a better version of Andrade right now. I'm just saying, like, the character fits. He's making me care about because they're both the same character. I'm sorry, they're both the same.
He's not punching talent in the back.
He's doing his damn pose. He's doing the same pose. Like,
he's doing the Los pose.
He's literally Andrade.
And I love Andrade. He was one of my favorites, for years. But it's just like, it's crazy that his cousin comes in and now he's taking all the shine that would have probably been his. But Roosh is just as good, which is what's great.
Do
for
something
us.
with him. Build that faction too. Make it mean make the faction do something. You know what I mean? Add someone to it. Make Roosh make Roosh the leader, but have someone tag with 10 and then be the tag team of the faction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I think they should do a lot with that. And we know you're listening, so there you go.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
Yeah, here's a free idea.
We don't ask for money.
Any final thoughts for Rampage coming up this week, Kimmy?
I'd look out for Ruby Soho and Marina Shafir.
Oh.
Just saying.
Why do you say that?
I don't know anything.
Oh. Is it going to be a good match? Did you see a spoiler?
I heard some things.
Oh, well, now I'm definitely going to have to watch Rampage.
Okay, interesting. Jackie, any thoughts on Rampage coming up this week?
I have no thoughts on Rampage because I totally forgot what the hell the card
Okay, well, let me fill you in here. This was last week's Rampage. Can't tell you.
Oh, you tried.
I know it was Ruby versus Marina.
I know.
Blackpool Combat Club versus the Butcher, the Blade, the Bunny, the Penelope, the Kip Sabian.
Yeah, what are we calling that one?
Because they don't need names.
Be
Hot Topic.
Hot Topic.
No, Hot Topic.
I know.
Hot Topic.
Well, Mark Briscoe is going to be having a promo.
Oh yeah,
which will be interesting.
I wonder what that's going to be.
I don't know. Some people are saying it might be the
what's going to happen to the. I was about to say what's going to happen with the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships.
But yeah,
make the tournament. Call it the Jay Briscoe tournament. Winner wins the tag titles. Mark Briscoe hands the titles to them when they win.
So from
what should happen.
So from my look, I also see it's Blackpool Combat Club against Kip Sabian, the Butcher, and the Blade. So it's
Yes.
Wheeler
Hot
Yuta, Claudio, and John Mox. Man, that match gonna be
Ooh,
really good.
that's gonna slap.
That's gonna be a
Orange
very good
Cassidy
match.
versus Lee Moriarty. I saw Tony Khan tweet that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's for the
And Adam Singh Swerve versus Dustin.
the All Atlantic Pacific West Coast Championship.
Yes. The title meant to be defended around the world, but only gets defended in the U.S.
Against Americans.
Against Americans.
Might as well just call it the All American Championship at this point.
That's the hashtag you tried championship.
It'll be the Cody meme where he's like this.
Yeah.
That Cody's gonna hear the All American title. He's gonna be like, never mind, Triple H.
All right,
I
Triple
don't
H.
want to be
Dual
wrong.
back.
I'm going back.
Renegotiate dual contract status. I want to be the only wrestler in history.
What's the over under that Cody Rhodes flies in on a fucking eagle at WrestleMania? All right, just a fucking flies in like this.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back to what I just said. What's the over under that Cody will be the first person to appear on both WWE and AEW under the same contract?
What do you mean?
No way.
Because Tony Khan keeps saying like I'm always open to working with WWE. I don't know how much stock he wants to put into that, but if that ever happens, I guarantee you, Cody's gonna be the first one to appear back on AEW TV
On a WWE contract.
Yeah,
I would say you have a better chance of him flying in on an eagle to WrestleMania.
Yes.
I want either Cody Rhodes flying in on an eagle or some type of Martin Luther King tribute.
Oh my god!
Of Cody Rhodes.
They're gonna show the whole. They're gonna show the whole speech.
I have a dream that one day.
They're gonna show the whole speech. They're gonna show the whole speech before the entrance.
Yo, I'm gonna be there.
You'll be one of the extras.
Yeah.
Like this on stage with him. Yeah. You and every other NXT talent that they have on that roster, like this.
Anyways,
you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, that's Steve Stevenson. He's great."
Adam, you don't believe me. You don't believe if they ever were gonna do something collab, that the first person, if they were gonna have stars appear on both shows, the very first person back in AEW TV is going to be Cody Rhodes. You can't tell me I'm wrong.
I agree.
And that's a big if.
That's all he's saying.
If it were to happen, yes. Then yes,
Jackie,
I would say that would.
If one man can have a dream,
hang on, let me say it. Never
Kyle
say
can
never.
also have a dream. Yeah. All right, Jackie. It's Black History Month. Kyle's talking about Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is Black History. Yeah. We have to support Kyle's thoughts.
Confirmed in that picture someone cropped a couple of weeks ago.
Exactly. He was there.
He was there
during the Martin Luther King speech. Did you not see that picture? The internet doesn't lie. All right,
Jackie, I don't know what's happening either.
Somehow Mandy Rose was there in her ring gear too. So.
Yeah, it's weird that Mandy Rose was there in ring gear. She wasn't even a wrestler yet.
We have gone so
What would
far.
that make Mandy Rose, like 90?
Yeah.
She looks great for her age.
Yeah, man. It's that found youth.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's all we have for our show this week. We thank you guys for listening. We talked as a group. We're not going to do as much promotion on the way out. We know people don't usually stay for that stuff. So you guys know where to follow all of us. You know where to follow the show, right? It's on the screen.
No one gave me that message.
We talked about this, Kimmy. Why? Do you have 800 things to promote? Because we could promote it. We're talking about like personal Twitters and stuff.
I was going to say that I vlogged in Baltimore, and you
that's
should
coming.
see that up soon. Yeah, that's all I was going to say. No one told me we weren't doing self-promotion anymore.
Well, no, we're just not doing it at the end.
Oh.
We'll do it in the beginning.
Oh. No one told me that either.
All right, well, Kimmy on Kimmy's YouTube channel.
So for this awkward ending already, let's just end the show.
Yeah. So Kimmy has her stuff coming up. Let us know when we have that. It'll be on our social media.
It'll be on Twitter.
POV, as you see on the screen right there.
Anything that happens will be retweeted on our Twitter account.
Yes, so make sure you stay tuned to that. Twitter is the most important place that you guys can follow us, as well as YouTube and I was gonna say TikTok, but Twitch. I'm looking at Twitch, but I thought TikTok for some reason.
You are on
so thank you guys for listening to another great episode of Elite POV. And remember, you don't need a hat to be a cowboy. We'll see you next week.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me down the road. That's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again.
Smart broadcast. Really good. Everyone on the floor as well.